Many dream of buying whatever their heart desires, without really worrying about their bank balance, but only a handful truly come close to this reality. Even for billionaires, some purchases are splurges. From skyscraper houses to priceless works of art, the world's elite buy ridiculously expensive things to fuel their passions, showcase their wealth, or spend the money just because they can. Whether it's the most expensive thing they own or just the most exotic, the splurges of the world's wealthiest are always interesting. Today, some of the most richest men in the world are from the field of technology, and they surely have some crazy spending habits, buying rare and crazy things to set them apart from the ordinary. Here are crazy purchases by the richest men in the world of technology. Elon Musk and his James Bond submarine car worth $1 million. It would be totally crazy if you have tons of money around and you don't splurge on buying an iconic James Bond car. Elon Musk did just that, buying the submarine car that was in the iconic Bond movie, The Spy Who Loved Me. The car was actually a customized Lotus Esprit, for which Tesla owner ended up spending a whopping $1 million. Even though it's a fancy movie prop that doesn't do what it did in the movie, it's a cool one nonetheless. Even billionaire-owned project cars sit for longer than planned, and there's little evidence the Esprit is in swimming condition, let alone capable of morphing into a submarine at the simple push of a button. If it could, we're certain Musk would have hyped it up on Twitter. But while stalled projects normally draw the ire of loved ones as they take up garage space, Musk's turned into a well of inspiration. Jeff Bezos' museum-turned-house for $23 million. World's richest man Jeff Bezos recently bought a textile museum at the heart of Washington, D.C. in the U.S. for $23 million. He spent further around $12 million for renovating the interiors to his liking. The entire building has around 11 bedrooms, a ballroom, wine cellar, whiskey tasting room, a movie theater, and more than 1,000 light fixtures. Bezos's neighbors will include President Obama and his family, who are renting a property nearby for their post-White House home, as well as future first daughter Ivanka Trump and her husband, incoming presidential advisor Jared Kushner. Bezos, his wife, Mackenzie, and their 4 children live in the Seattle area. When he purchased the Post in 2013, Bezos said he didn't plan to relocate to the other Washington. "I won't be leading the Washington Post day to day," he told Forbes. There are no indications he will move here permanently. Bill Gates and Scriptures by Leonardo da Vinci worth $30 million. While billionaire techies were buying fancy properties or crazy extraordinary movie props, Bill Gates spent nearly $30 million in acquiring a 72-page manuscript of Leonardo da Vinci, written by the legend himself, dating back all the way to the 16th century. The manuscript is full of diagrams, drawings, and his out-of-the-world creations. The Codex Leicester, also briefly known as Codex Hammer, is a collection of scientific writings by Leonardo da Vinci. The Codex is named after Thomas Coke, later credited to Earl of Leicester, who purchased it in 1719. The manuscript currently holds the record for the second highest sale price of any book, as it was sold to Bill Gates at Christie's auction house on November 11, 1994 in New York for $30,802,500 Mark Zuckerberg properties worth $100 million. He is known to possess 2 properties in Kauai's North Shore area, an island in the Central Pacific, part of the Hawaiian archipelago, that he bought sometime in 2014. There he owns one 393-acre beach property and another 357-acre sugarcane plantation. The Facebook CEO dropped more than $59 million on 2 adjacent Lake Tahoe properties last winter, reported Catherine Clark of The Wall Street Journal. The purchase happened privately through a limited liability company and high-end wealth manager. It's just the latest addition to Zuckerberg's collection of properties in the western U.S. He also owns properties in Palo Alto, San Francisco, and the Hawaiian island of Kauai, making Tahoe his 4th location. Collectively, Zuckerberg has purchased 10 properties, though he has a knack for also buying surrounding properties to ensure his privacy. Larry Page and his $45 million yacht. Some billionaires love splurging on fancy yachts that are not only fast but also loaded with the best bells and whistles, and Google's co-founder Larry Page is one of them. He bought it from New Zealand's Sir Douglas Meyer. His yacht is named Senses and it is loaded with a helipad, 10 luxuriously furnished suites, jet skis etc. The super yacht features interiors by design genius Philippe Starck with accommodation for 10 guests. Split-level decks provide open and shaded sun lounging areas, secluded side pots, sheltered outdoor dining and informal seating areas. There's an airy and light gymnasium and a private beach club, complete with a jacuzzi pool and vast sun beds, all with Starck's signature flair. The centerpiece of the vessel is a spacious owner's suite with dressing room which spans the full beam of the yacht. Senses has a helipad and is equipped to carry a variety of toys and tenders. With twin 1,600 horsepower Deutz diesel she has a maximum speed of 15 knots. Jack Ma's most expensive property in Hong Kong worth $191 million. In case you didn't know, Hong Kong is one of the most expensive cities across the globe with real estate prices going through the roof. But all of this doesn't matter to China's richest man. Reports revealed an unnamed buyer spending around $191 million in a neighborhood called The Peak that has one of Asia's most premium homes. Reports hint that the unnamed buyer is none other than Alibaba co-founder Jack Ma. The neighborhood is home to a mix of bankers, expatriates, business magnates, celebrities, and, more recently, Chinese millionaires and billionaires looking for a place to invest or vacation away from pollution in cities on the mainland. It's the kind of neighborhood that consistently breaks records for the most expensive real estate in the world. Larry Ellison and his Hawaii island worth $300 million. Founder of Oracle, Larry Ellison spent around $300 million to buy an entire island in Hawaii. The island is called Lanai and it is spread across 90,000 acres, nearly half the size of the city of Mumbai. The island also has two fancy Four Seasons resorts that entertain guests.
As well as a key exporter
guests
of exotic
are treated like
produce.
royalty.
Immediately after
You have
taking
this
ownership,
island to
Mr.
yourself.
Ellison's team
Rio and
renovated
set.
and reopened
You
the
have all the
community pool.
activities
He brought
one
in a
would wish
team
to
to
do right
remodel
here.
his two.
Guests receive a dose of local culture as soon as they check in thanks to the multi-million-dollar Polynesian art collection that decorates the space. The penthouse suite features 3 plush bedrooms, a drop-down television, ocean views and handmade parchment wall coverings. At $21,000 a night, it's the most expensive hotel suite in all of Hawaii. Secret Lives of the Super Rich reports.